Joining us this morning, the lovely, the beautiful, the most talented Diana Maria Riva from The Good Guys, which is on Fox. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. If I could wake up to an introduction like that every day, I don't know what I couldn't accomplish in a day like that.
I'll record it for you and send it.
I'm going to use that as my alarm.
Oh, there you go. So tell us about The Good Guys.
You know, you've got this incredibly fun action police cop comedy created by Matt Nix, who created Burn Notice, and it stars Bradley Whitford from, as you all know, The West Wing and Studio 60, and Colin Hanks, the very talented Jenny Wade, and myself. And you really have this kind of cool retro vibe, throwback to the 80s cop show, the duo, but with a lot more comedy and a little bit of poking fun. And you have these two gentlemen. They're paired up as detectives, and they're an Oscar and a Felix. One is the older, the older detective who saw his heyday back in the 70s, early 80s, and he's still holding on to him. And you could tell by taking one look at him that he hasn't let them go. And he doesn't trust computers or DNA, really. It's all gut instinct and street smarts. And then you got the young whippersnapper Colin Hanks, who is very computer savvy, very tech savvy, very intellectual, and he has a little bit of an itchy trigger finger. So although both of them are such polar opposites, and get into trouble together, they are somewhat of a brilliant duo because each has what the other one needs, but they're not necessarily happy about it.
It's like a perfect marriage.
It absolutely, all the makings. I'm the woman with a badge and a gun and an attitude, and nice. you got to listen to me.
I like that. I like the woman. The woman being in charge. You know what I mean? That's kind of a different turn.
Especially if she has handcuffs.
That's what my husband said.
Are they fuzzy handcuffs? Because you don't want to hurt anybody.
You know what's so funny is I've gotten to know the Dallas area lieutenants and whatnot, and worked with them a lot. And one of the constables who I befriended is a woman. She's a beautiful Latina woman. She came to visit me on the set the other day, and she's got all her hardware around her belt. And she turns around and she's got the brightest pink handcuffs in her back pocket.
That's awesome.
I've ever seen. And I was like, I would love to see you to see you arrest a good, 6'4", 240-pound meat and potato eating boy and put those things on. And she goes, oh, I have, and I've taken pictures.
That is the awesomest story I think I've ever heard. Seriously, that is just perfect.
She probably hasn't posted on Facebook too. I'm
sure. But I would never have thought. You know what I mean? You think they have to have those silver, shiny, standard, but that's.
I did too.
Yeah, that is awesome.
I feel like if I had a pair, I'd bedazzle them.
Absolutely.
Oh, come on.
Absolutely. I like you. That's awesome.
Tell us what's coming up on tonight's episode.
Tonight's episode, we have a case of weapons dealing, illegal weapons dealings, and the two brothers gone bad. And a very high stakes moment for the Assistant District Attorney, Jenny Wade, and how are Colin and Bradley going to save the day and still not bring my life to a crashing end in the process and my career.
Clean up their mess.
So,
there you go.
But once again, you've got, it's this cop comedy, but there's enough drama in it that you would still, you can tune in for those procedural elements, but it's so character-driven that you don't just really tune in for the four of us and what our characters are doing. The bad guys are extremely fun and entertaining, and you don't just, get to know them because of their bad deeds. You get to know their life issues as well. Like in the pilot, we had the world's second best assassin, and he had to deal with the fact that he was never going to be number one, and that was
that's hilarious.
And that's how Matt Nix writes. He keeps the regular cast small. Instead of like a regular cast of 13, he keeps that 4 so he can bring a lot of variation and color in these guest characters. And you also have cars, Trans Ams, explosions, and gunfights like with all those good throwback 80s cop shows when they had time to do all that kind of stuff
I know
in
what you're saying,
hour-long
yeah.
television. And so it's all kind of put together in this fresh, relevant, present vibe. So it's fun.
It
It's
sounds
good.
awesome.
Yeah, that's what I love about the show. It's totally like a throwback to the 80s to me, so it's perfect. Thank you so much for joining us, Diana Maria Riva. I just love saying that.
You can just say that all day?
He's going to call
could.
me that later.
I could. I'm going to call. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Shannon, your new name is.
Thanks for coming on. You're awesome. I had a great time talking to you.
Thank you. Nice talking to you guys.